He's shown it. He may not be showing it too greatly so far in this match, but he's just one of a bunch of guys coming out of China who are a fantastic cueman, Ken.
Oh, yeah, he has the ilk. There's no doubt about that. Just not seeing it at the moment, but I'm sure we will do. If not in this tournament, we will see it over the coming season and seasons, definitely.
OK, back we go. Frame 3.
So, Ronnie, who usually breaks off left-handed, has made a mess of that one, and if he's covered it with the green, that red, he's been very fortunate, because that was a miss-hit.
Yeah, this is just a new cloth. Day one with the new cloth, new set of balls, playing it with the extreme right-hand side to get the break off. The cue ball just deflects off the line of aim a little bit more than he was expected, and he hits the red too thick. That'll settle down as the match goes on and as the cloth wears out a little bit and the players get more used to it. Yeah, and inadvertently he was in quite a lot of trouble there because he didn't really have much of a shot that he could have played.
Yeah, I agree. He couldn't really play down to the balk area. Well, here's a test of your cue action. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Can't hit any better than that.
What a shot that was. In the heart of the pocket, look at that. Perfectly on the black.
Yeah, never met a jaw that shot, did it? It was beautiful.
And I suggest he'll be potting this. It's up to him. You take your choice. Do you play it with topspin or backspin? Looks like he's playing it with backspin, coming back to where he is now. Within 3 shots, he's opened and moved almost every red on the table.
Yeah, just a... Well, it's not a gimme, this black. A little thinner than you think when you play these. Not a gimme.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 9.
I have to say that sounded a bit heavy to me. I thought that just had the hallmarks of a bit of a heavy contact. Very, very unlike Ronnie O'Sullivan to miss a shot like that. I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt there and say that wasn't his fault.
Well, we've mentioned a couple of times in this match already, it's time to go to work. It definitely is now 2-0 down. It's not totally straightforward. Onto the next red.
Eight.
Cue ball threw off wider than he thought there. That's another example of the new cloth. He's coming up for the red he's looking at now to pot. He was thinking he was coming inside that at a different angle.
Yeah, if he thought the cue ball was going there, he would have hit it with more pace to spread the reds far and wide. Nice recovery pot. Where's the cue ball?
9.
Perfectly on the blue. That's where it is. His heart would have been in his mouth there, watching the cue ball track towards the middle pocket.
Yep, it's always there. They've never moved it. Now, the only thing for him, obviously, cue ball has escaped the middle pocket, but if he drops the blue in, there's no red that apparently goes into the right-hand corner pocket. He could possibly make a plant. He was having a look at the red that's sort of directly below the pink onto the next red could be made into a plant with a modicum of safety thrown in. So that may be where he goes. So, looks like he's going to try and make that plant.
14.
I think had he have come further into the table, he would have definitely already been down playing the plant. He's left it pretty low on the red, and that made the shot more difficult. So, he's having a look at a different shot.
Yeah, even that blue wasn't a great shot, Sean, was it? You know, it wasn't that difficult to play into the table more. It's sort of, he played a half and half shot there, hasn't he? He's played, I'll be on this red if I'm not on the plant.
Yeah, he needed the cue ball to be much nearer the pink to make the plant worthwhile taking on, to have a proper chance of getting it. He's now in a situation where he's playing another big shot. Very, very well played.
Excellent.
15.
That's his best shot of the match so far.
And now it's up to him. Now he can try and fiddle around and play on one of the loose reds. Well, for me, I think I'd be stunning into the red directly above the black. Nice stun shot. Try and make something happen. But as we've seen earlier on, what you must do here is make sure of the pot. And that's about the game, isn't it? That's what this game's all about, choices. Everyone makes different choices and breaks the puzzle down early. But he saw a different way of going about it.
I'd have to have been with your shot there. You were getting cleaned by Paul Collier, but yep, that red above would have been perfect. Just a little stun into it, move a couple of reds round, because the way those reds are positioned, I mean, the red virtually directly above the black, just stun into that three-quarter ball. You move a couple of reds around. One or two of those may have been potable in the other corner pocket. Just makes the break a bit easier. But then you go and do that. He's just not settled at all. He's much, much better than this.
22.
And these are the things that nightmares are made of. He will have been excited coming into this match, playing his idol. He'll have grown up watching Ronnie O'Sullivan. And to have had the chances he's had and to have missed them and to have missed a shot like that, he might not sleep tonight. Meanwhile, Ronnie's played an absolutely brilliant shot.
Well, if I mentioned before that Zhou's shot with the rest was his best of the match, there's Ronnie O'Sullivan's right there. I mean, the one off the side cushion was superb, the cueing, but to a blind pocket, that was magnificent.
And Ronnie, with his years of experience, won all the titles that he has done. He will have spotted that Zhou's under pressure, and he will just want to keep him in his seat for as long as possible. He'll give every single one of these shots the utmost concentration and effort. He knows how important these moments are. The young man in his chair, struggling.
8.
He won't want to give him a lifeline. To Ronnie, just giving this a little bit extra care and attention. He knows how important this is. What's the easiest way to break down this puzzle? The reds are all sort of covering each other a little bit, so something's going to have to move at some stage. And in trying to do so, he just caught the red a bit thick, and that's end of break.
Yeah, that's not very often he chooses the wrong shot. Or plays it so poorly. You absolutely hate that, the fact that he had that visit, particularly after the opening red, which was a corker. Shot to nothing here.
Just caught the red a little bit too thick, and that's why the cue ball has finished just past the baulk line. He would have had somewhere up near the yellow in his mind. Ronnie doesn't want to knock one towards the corner pocket. That's a fantastic shot. Played with extreme amounts of left-hand side. Very, very good shot, very classy shot. Didn't want to move the red very far, hit it extremely thin, but needed the side spin to get the cue ball in the middle of that cushion. That was very, very nice.
This one will test your eyes. Well played. Great response.
Again, for all the reasons we've said, I think sometimes Ronnie might be playing the red that's nearest the cluster of 4. But he's playing the outside one, just wants to nudge it back in. Very thin. There, that side spin again, widening the angle. Lots of players there would have just got down and played the red nearest the cluster, because that was the sort of standard safety shot there, but you then risk moving all the balls. And again, as we've said, he knows he's got his young opponent here bang under pressure, and all these shots he's playing are just keeping him in the long grass and keeping him under it. The last thing he wants to do is offer up another easy chance.
It's obvious he's got a pretty easy safety shot off the side of the red that's to the left of the pink. He can play that nice and thin, but he knows full well that he'll clip another. He might clip that one over the corner, or the one next to it over the corner. So this is not straightforward. He's got to be careful here. That was a good choice of shot there.
Just caught that red a little bit thicker than I think he intended to. He played the right shot. Still trying to keep his opponent under pressure. Even though the balls aren't going in the pockets at the moment, he's still trying to keep him up there. Cannon on the yellow will help.
Yeah, he got a little bit lucky there. Not the contact he was looking for. The cue ball had too much weight on it, but nevertheless the yellow's come to his rescue. It's actually put him in quite a spot of bother here, Ronnie. He's got the red that's just above the black he can play off, right down the gap. I can see from my commentary position perfectly here. It's the one he can play. And well played as well. Beautiful cue ball. And played with the right pace to bring the red off the cushion and back into the middle of the table. So excellent shot. Now there's a big target here behind yellow and brown. Got to have a good cue ball.
Just a little bit thin. Just hit too little of that ball. Didn't get the angle in behind the yellow that he was hoping for. He would have liked to have seen that cue ball tight behind the yellow. He just caught the red too thinly. Fantastic shot.
Brilliant. Cued through that absolutely wonderfully. And again, right in the centre of the pocket. But it's all these small margins and mistakes. I can assure you that if Ronnie O'Sullivan had been playing Mark Selby, he'd have been behind yellow and brown with that last safety shot that Zhou had. And these are all the things, as part of his learning curve, he's going to have to pick up. It looks like nothing when you're playing there, but it's so important. Really was a mistake not to be behind yellow and brown there.
He's just having to have a bit of a look here, just a bit more care and attention. Just potted the black into the side of that pocket there, and that meant the cue ball just went on a different path. It meant the white to hit that red more full in the face, and he would have been straighter on the red next to the black. But, he's found another way. Back in prime position. We talk about fractions. There was one on the previous shot of Zhou's where he didn't get in behind the yellow, and just there, that On another day, that shot might have gone wrong, but he sorted it out.
15. $16.
And now with the balls at his mercy, it's very hard to see any other score than 3-0 when Ronnie leaves the table.
23.
I'm sure Zhou thinks 3-0 is inbound and will be already preparing
24.
himself for the fourth frame. Just have to give these little cannons, whenever you're playing a cannon into another ball, you just have to give it that little bit of extra respect. Quick anxious look. It's very hard to believe that that shot's gone wrong.
31.
He played for the red nearest the pocket. Just pushed the ready hit into a potable position.
And these look like nothing on your screen, but trust me, these are tough.
That pulls up.
32.
That was so much better than it looked, wasn't it? That was a phenomenal bit of cue in there to get out. I mean, the pot was difficult enough at that pace. But with the yellow and brown off their spots, there's a lot of room up there to go around the house. 1, 2, 3 cushions. Doesn't want the bump.
39.
Just caught the bump there of the middle pocket. He's very disappointed.
Yeah, he's played 2 positional shots in this frame. Yeah, absolutely hate. That was a great try. Just caught the bump with the little cannon he played before off the black, just to lose the cue ball. And the run through before onto the black that he didn't get right. I can remember them because he just doesn't do it very often.
He's just looking here. He was going to play the red to the right of the black, but he's chosen a different shot here. He just wants to find the best possible way to get Zhou in as much trouble as possible here.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 39.
And there, in a nutshell, is match play snooker. They've lost position, but didn't lose his focus. Stuck him right round the angles, in all sorts of trouble. And he'll do it exceptionally well to get out of this without sticking a red up. Got to somehow try and come in round the back of the 2 reds and rest into the back one. But the green is stopping it on the right hand side, so it's going to be across the table. He's having a look there. Maybe twice across and down into the red, the back cushion, but he sorted something else out. Couldn't think of any way out, so that's what he played. The old double H, hit and hope.
One.
Ronnie just giving the cushions a little bit of a look. It came off much slower than he thought it would. I have to say I agreed with him. Seemed a bit real spongy bounce. Needs another red after this black. Flick on the browns helped.
Oh, helped.
8.
the right away for that kiss. It was lovely, wasn't it? It's the brown full ball. We've had a medium range red as it is. Can't miss this. So at the moment, the headmaster is giving the pupil a bit of a lesson. Hasn't been vintage Ronnie, but it's been very good match play when he's lost position. He's kept the cue ball tight like he did in the last instance.
17.
At the moment, it's one-way traffic.
And that stat there does tell the story of this match so far. Ronnie, very, very good at 94% pot success. Very solid. He's hardly missed anything. Zhou sitting at 77%.
22.
That really does tell the story. There's been more missed chances in this match so far by the young man than he probably expected to get. He's had a good chance in each of the 3 frames so far. He just hasn't settled.
24. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 24 on the frame.
Well, shake of the head. Thanks very much. It's enough. And Ronnie O'Sullivan, who's the auditorium, races into a 3-0 lead.